Hi, and welcome back. As you can see from the big stack of palettes, we're doing our what I used in all the eyeshadows that I used in May update. And this is how tall the one-use palettes are. To be fair, the two-use was as high, and then it slowly petered out across all the rest, but that's the way it usually works. So we have a huge stack of one use and then everything else kind of gets spread out. Not projects. It's the difference between the projects, which gets lots of use, and the collabs that one use, or if I decide to do a palette bingo or something. Well, I don't do palette bingos, but full face of random makeup. So we'll start with the Adept Emo palette, which I'm wearing this shade, and this shade on my eyes today. It just got rolled in for Project Graveyard. No pan left behind. Today was its first use. Lethal Cosmetics, my first Lethal Cosmetics palette. We used this shade here in a collab. Is that yesterday? I don't remember if that was yesterday or Tuesday. But I haven't taken the pictures yet. Put them to the side. Okay. But we just used that one not too long ago. Same with the Dreamer palette from Unearthly. We used the shade Clouded in a collab because I needed a medium gray. And it's my only medium gray. Where'd that green come from? Just got green all over my notebook. Which lethal is this? This is Lethal 3. We used this one for collab. By the Rosé. Duping the Sigma palette. No, I don't remember which Sigma palette. But we used the shade. Not sure if that was right or not. I was taking my best guess because the shade had been used up in the palette that was shown. So I was going by what was left in the remainder. The Sigma Alice in Wonderland palette, we used in the shade. I believe that was the same look. I just won't open it. Truffles palette, I used the black just because I needed a black. Actually got one look in using two of my Super Shocks. Used Ritz and we used Moonwalk. Those are kept in a separate drawer from the rest of my palettes, so they get forgotten way too often. Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I believe it was this shade, but I'm not positive. Born This Way Sunset Stripped. I don't remember. This is from the Duping the Sigma, but I don't remember which. Or was it the other neutral palette? It was Duping a neutral palette, and I don't remember which shade I used. It was one of these lighter shades. I don't remember which one was used. Hey Reindeer palette got rolled in. This was a random face makeup, and I don't remember which shade it was. The Nomad Pacific Northwest got rolled in for collab. I don't remember which shade I used. I love the look of this palette. I just find it very hard to bring any of the colors into anything, which is frustrating. Avatar Earth palette. I believe it was for this shade. Which now has hard pan. I should clean that off. Agate Temptation palette from Singe. Got rolled in. I don't remember which color it was. Same with Citrus Punch from Simply Posh. I don't remember which color got rolled in. Although I don't have any of these colors in like anything else. Nomad Polar Express palette got rolled in. I know it was one of these more neutrally shades, and I don't remember which one. And I can't tell. Odin's Eye Christmas Eve palette, which we just rolled out, got rolled in because I needed the dark blue. And that is the darkest blue that I have, which is why I needed. That was for a one of Leah's prompts. And that's same with this one. I used this blue. I believe I used this shade and the shimmer in combination with that dark blue for a look. I rolled in the pastel palette. I don't remember which shade it was or what it was for. That's all of my one-time use palettes. Going on to 2 uses. We did a red emoji look with this shade, and then we rolled it again for something else. I don't remember what. That got 2 uses. Lethal 2 palette got rolled in twice, both times for this beautiful yellow shade. Going to 3 uses. Used quite a few of these multiple times from the Nomad Ireland palette. And 3 uses, also green palette. We used the Cosmic Brushes, Cosmic Beauty, whichever it is now, Undergrowth palette. It says CB on the palette. I've heard people calling it both. I believe the website and everything still says Cosmic Brushes, but I don't know how hard it is to change your name of business when I try to expand out to all the beautiful eyeshadow palettes from the brushes. So I don't know. 4 uses. Got the Blend Bunny Lure palette. Now, some of those were for this shade, which is in a project, but I also know that the blues got rolled in a couple of times, as well as this supposedly neutral, but actually a pink shimmer. Nomad Chicago palette got rolled in 4 times, including today. It's because this shade is in found those eyeshadows. As you can tell by the last 2 palettes, we are now into the ones that are in projects. Cleona Cosmetics got rolled in. Some of those were for this one, which is in a project. This is in Pando's eyeshadows, but I've also used this shade and this shade. Oddly enough, not in a project, but we're this high, is the Nomad 1 palette. I've used multiple shades from all over in different looks. Just these are some of the only versions of those shades that I have in things. Nomad Haunted Europe got rolled in, mostly for this shade, which is in a project, but I know some of the others got rolled into other things. Oh, the palette that will not be opened, the Dandelion Snow Spell palette. We have the shade Rosemary that we're desperately trying to hit a pan on because I need to get that rolled out. I can't believe it's been in for 6 months. Hold on. Time for the rearrange so I can reach things. Okay. We're at 5 uses, right? Yep, 5 uses. We have Nomad 2. Wrong one. Because the shade Resplendent Quetzal is in a project. So that's gone 5 uses. Natasha Mini Gold has gone 5 uses because I am trying to finish this shade. Disappear until you get used. Blend Bunny Beauty Below got 5 uses. Several of those are because we're trying to hit pan in Beacon, but I know this shade's been used. This shade's been used. This shade's been used. I think that's it. Don't quote me on that though. Oh, and I know this shade's been used. All right. So I don't have these next ones in an exact order, so I'm going to have to refresh. These are the 6 through 10 uses, or 6 through 9 uses. So we have the MAC Brulee, which has been used 9 times. The Elf Cream and Sugar, which has been used 7 times. We're trying to finish these 2 up, which will finish the palette. Would be my first empty palette. ColourPop Mar palette, which has been used 7 times. Those were all on this shade that we're trying to hit pan in. Although I believe, which one was it? I believe we've used this one. I think it was this one. But it was in conjunction with Top Down. And then the Hella palette's been used 9 times. Almost all of those were on this shade, which we're trying to hit pan in. Although some of the other shades have been used as well. And finally in that category is my Project Level Up. Oh, where are you? Which has been used 8 times. I'm not going to give an update on it because it's in a project, but yeah. Everything's been used. I can tell you that. All the shades have been used at least once. And finally, the one that's been used the most with 10 uses is the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom. This was in for Project Graveyard, No Pan Left Behind. Before I rolled this one out to roll in the Emo palette. And it took 10 uses to use this No Pan Left Behind. 1, it's a larger palette, and 2, I believe it was actually used a couple of times after the Project Left Behind because I still had the colors in mind for looks, forgetting that it had rolled out. So that's that. That's all the palettes used. I haven't counted. You usually do a count of how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 palettes. Well, and singles. 39 individual containers of eyeshadow were used in the month of May, which isn't too bad. I don't think it's the most we've done. but it's not too bad. I still have more than a handful that haven't been touched. I know we've come down to, yeah, I can only count what's left on one hand. And I need more than both hands to count what's left, so. Of course, I've gotten more palettes, too. And then what did I order? There were 3 or 4 palettes this week, last week. When did everything go? Pop the new one. New Singe Beauty palette. I bought an Adept palette. Fantasy Cosmetica palette. Fantasy Cosmetica. I just got, I want to say there was another one and I don't remember. Or did I get 2 with, I spent like $500 at Singe Beauty. Because I got that and I got blushes, which I don't need. I got lipsticks, lip liners, which I don't need. I got more brushes, which I don't need. But I was waiting for a palette to buy a bunch of the stuff. Succulent Dew was beautiful, but I knew I could do it. I could probably do Puldra, but I bought it anyway. And I'm a little upset with myself for buying it because it's such a large palette and I don't like them this big. I prefer, well, I mean, even these are, this is about what I like. I mean, I'm not asking for small, but yeah. This size is more my speed. This is starting to push it. They're buried now. The Cosmic Beauty and the Blend Bunny. I really want more Blend Bunny palettes, but they are so freaking big. Make them smaller. There's no need for that many shades in one thing. Curate. Because I really want to buy them because I love the formula. I don't have any place to store or place while I'm using palettes that big. It's ridiculous. And this is somebody who has a vanity. I can't imagine the people who are trying to use those shadows who are doing it over the sink. Curate. Come out with 2 palettes that are smaller, that work together, that equal that many shades. That would work. Just, they're too big. They're so big. And don't even get me started on P. Louise and some of these others that I've seen. There are coffee tables. How? And unless you're like my sister and you're doing your makeup on the floor in your bedroom, I don't see how you have room to put that palette anywhere. And my sister wouldn't do that anyways because the dog would step all over it. So, but it's the only way I could see having a room to do it. Anyway, enough granting. I'm going to let you go, and next one is A to Z. When did I move A to Z? A to Z on the 8th. So next Monday. We'll see you then. Bye.